Hey everyone, welcome to the update for today. It was Thursday, the 23rd of July, 2026, and today I worked in the store. My schedule was 8 to 5, although today was quite an unusual shift. Today was our company's version of Bring Your Kid to Work Day. Now, I honestly would love to know what the thought process was half a decade or so ago when they stopped doing this on like that day in April that is like the designated one that I remember being like back in middle school and high school that a bunch of people would be absent that day for, again, taking your kid to work. When I first started with the retail company, we did it that day too. And I don't know, sometime within the past half decade or so, they made the executive decision to change it to the middle of the summer, which I don't really understand, but okay. And this is like the third or fourth or fifth year or something like that they've done it this way. Anyway, that was today. And so my assignment, I was one of the two associates that were involved with actually implementing the event itself. And it was pretty cool. Obviously, it's, following kind of a playbook sent down by the office. But you give a little tour of the store and you do a couple of carefully selected things that would be more than likely enjoyable or engaging to, youngsters. And honestly, the grade band levels that are eligible for this are pretty much the ones that are right in the wheelhouse of the substitute teaching days that I talk about. So it's kind of an honor to be asked to be involved with this. And it's like, yeah, so all right, I guess they decided, well, ask the resident teacher to be involved with this. This is the second year that I've personally been involved with this, but like I said, there's an entire corporate setup. And I keep stepping my shoelace down there. That's why I keep looking down what am I stepping on? But anyway, but yeah, we're given this whole little thing that you do, and it's really pretty well thought out and pretty neat. Last year, there was a bit more of a marketing push behind it than there was this year, but so it was a smaller crowd this year. But it was still quite a bit of fun, and showing someone else kind of how I did it. So who knows if I'll be invited to be involved with this next year, if it's even going to be a thing next year. But it was really a lot of fun today. So, and again, just kind of a neat, out of the ordinary type of day. So I appreciate being asked to be involved with it, and I hope the youngsters that were involved with this had a good time as well. All right, so then finished that up around, the event. I started at 8. The event was 9 to 1. Then after tidying up, I took a lunch from 1:30 to 2:30. And then the second half of the day was more just normal. Had to go and do a online, web-based learning tutorial thing. And then clean the janitorial closet, tidy that up for a little bit. And then the last hour or so did some bagging. And that was kind of the extent of my workday. Again, not your typical shift, but a fun one, and one that I'm glad that I was there for. And after that, of course, after work, went to the gym. Now, to be honest, I did not have time to go to the gym today. I kind of have this little rule that if I have accounting office the next day, and if I get off work later than 4 o'clock, I don't do the gym. And the simple reason for that being too much time just in the turnarounds to get everything done that I need to get done, eat, and get ready to go to bed and everything on time. I got off at 5 today, but still went to the gym. The last 3 or 4 days, I haven't been able to get there. It's been getting to me. I don't like not having gone to the gym for several days. I just don't feel right when I haven't done it. So took the opportunity, went down there, got a good workout in. Again, still This is the fourth day of actually incorporating cardio into my workouts again, which I hadn't done for a really long time. And so, got that in there as well. Good workout overall. And, yeah. The downfall of that, however, is that I do start work at 5 a.m. tomorrow. And as I'm finally getting around to filming this, and I did have one other video that I was behind one because I didn't get one filmed yesterday, and yes, I did film that already. That was actually about an hour ago that I filmed yesterday's video. Switch shirts. And move the camera, but it's about 90 minutes after the last one that I filmed. Anyway, but it was trash night, and I spoke for months about basically every Friday that the trash can or every Thursday night for Friday morning, the trash can had to be 100% full, with just stuff to get rid of to basically help with the downsizing thing. Now, that was in anticipation of getting this storage facility, and a couple of weeks ago, of course, I did get said facility. And so, by this point now, as, again, I've really kind of ratcheted it up, most of the stuff that needs to be sorted through, in this context of simply like, is this stuff that I can toss? Or is this stuff that I should save and review again later? Or obviously like family heirloom stuff, obviously easy decision to save. Lots of those type of decisions. At this point, most of the the stuff that it would be hard to justify why I would be putting that in a paid storage facility, most of that stuff now has been cleared out. There are a little bit of it that made its way over to the storage facility that I'm going to be eventually finding and throwing in there. Had to put a few things in there quicker than I wanted to, just to open up some space for something. But when I was moving the bed mattresses downstairs, as I'm clearing out that room. But anyway, for the most part, most of that arc, the getting rid of lots of stuff just by filling up the trash can, most of what I'm going to be doing with that is now done. So so that's good. And again, for the first time, maybe first or second time in since March, the trash was not 1,000% empty tonight, because again, we've made a lot of progress. So good there. There is one more small box of stuff that I'm going to be throwing away in the next week or so, for next garbage. Just so happens I found the box of stuff that I was going to throw out, and then promptly buried it behind stuff I'm not throwing out because I'm a ding dong. And so sometime in the next week, I'm going to be going back there and digging that box out, and that'll be next week's load. So that was kind of what there is to say about today. Again, kind of an interesting day. The whole crazy weather stuff. Oh, I didn't mention in yesterday's video, which again talked about being in Central Oregon and the drive over. Holy smoke, Batman! Apparently, a couple of days ago, there was a bunch of lightning again over on the east side of the Cascades. Again, this is my parents' area and all that. Lots of lightning over there. It's super dry over there. It's not wet like it is on this side. And so wildfires, which meant there was tons and tons of smoke. It was really thick a lot of the time. And also add that to being humid and about 100 degrees. It was a real pleasant day yesterday. Today was much more normal and much nicer, at least here in Portland. All right, shirt of the day today is a shirt from Ketchikan. It's a common cruise port, and this is one of the ones that I actually sold on board a cruise ship. This comes from Norwegian Cruise Lines. I can only think of one time that I know of that Dad was on a cruise on Norwegian that went to Alaska, and that was in 2016. Anyway, have a good one, everyone.